Hey, Alexia.
Hey, Foster.
How you doing?
I'm fine. What about you?
I'm good. It is a rainy day. I believe we have kind of a hurricane coming our way.
Yes, but nothing to worry about. I told my dad the 1st of April, April Fool's Day, that this would happen, and he was freaking out, so.
Alexia got really excited about April Fools. So, Alexia, what are we talking about today?
We are talking about the last points about branding.
Yeah, so just a quick recap. We have been talking the last few weeks about business and more specifically this last week about branding. And Alexia loves branding. And Alexia, you said something very interesting, that if you could choose anything to have a higher degree in, like a master's or a PhD, it would be branding. Can you tell me why and what that perfect program would look like?
To be honest, it was what I said in our first episode about branding, is that branding is everywhere. In every single thing that you purchase or see on the internet or see on Instagram or you're listening to. So if you turn on the TV, branding all over the commercials, during the show, during the program that you are watching. So if you don't understand branding that much, first of all, if you are a business owner, you need to understand that because you need to be successful on what you're doing. So that's why I love branding.
Mm-hmm. To be successful at what you're doing. Just like good at, successful at.
Successful at.
Yeah. Do you have any example of brands that you love?
Yeah. I love Google, and that's for sure because I am in love with my Chromebook a lot. And I think it's the best notebook that everyone should have. You don't need to buy Mac anymore.
Hey!
But that's true. But also, I love Apple as well. Everything that Apple does. And talking about brands that you see every day, I love Anthropology. I already told you that.
Mm-hmm.
And I am getting into a lot of the new brands that are very concerned about the sustainable things.
Yeah, you can say concerned about sustainability.
Sustainability, for example, stasher bags.
Oh, yeah. Do you want to explain what that is? That is pretty cool.
Yeah, stasher bags are the new Ziplocs. So if you have a Ziploc in your fridge with some food, or if you use Ziploc to store things.
Yeah, perfect. Store.
Yes, to store things, you don't need that anymore because stashers are reusable kind of boxes. I don't know how they call it, but you can use for everything, for to put inside your purse, your bags, to put food, to put inside your pantry, anything that you want. And you can wash it, you can put inside the microwave, you can do whatever you want with those. And they are reusable and they are amazing. I really want of those.
Yeah, it's a really cool idea. Do you guys say Ziploc in Portuguese?
Ziploc.
Ziploc.
Yeah.
You guys don't say just like bolsa de plástico?
No.
Nice.
Maybe there is another way that people use, but I always said Ziploc.
Yeah. So, Alexia, when we went to the outlet the other day and we went to H&M, how do you say H&M in Portuguese?
H&M.
You say it like that?
Uh-huh.
You don't say H&M?
No. I mean, no, I think.
No. So we entered in H&M, a company that is notorious for having super cheap prices and kind of exploitative labor practices in the past.
Just like most of the brands, unfortunately.
Oh,
The
of course.
fast fashion industry.
Yeah, Zara, Nike, even if you are going to make millions and millions of things and sell them for cheap, that means you are probably going to have people working for really cheap, and some of those people might be children.
Apple.
Yeah, but we walked into H&M, and the first thing, like almost every article of clothing had a tag that said H&M conscious. Like, this is a conscious item of clothing.
Yeah, but do you know why?
Why?
It's a reusable tecido.
Ah, nice.
Yeah, so
Nice.
you didn't know that.
Good job, H&M. You guys are really turning around on you guys.
Most of the brands nowadays, they have this part that are reusable tecidos.
Yeah. I guess I'm just a little bit hesitant when... So in business school, we called this corporate social responsibility, or CSR, that almost all brands, they have a branch of the company that does something like good for the world. And honestly, during business school, I just thought it was like essentially just marketing, you know. It's like, Exxon is extracting oil from the ground, but they also have this thing where they help children that have diabetes, you know.
Yeah, but I can be mistaken about it. But I think that in Brazil, I mean, maybe during the time that I was in business school, we had a law that 1%, 5%, I don't know exactly, of your money, of your whole money, had to go to a social thing.
Yeah, you have to have a social component to your business.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is something I've thought about a lot with the future of Inglês Nu E Cru. Obviously, it would be very difficult to do it now because I think you have to be profitable to really start helping other people. But in the future, I would love to give like some percentage of everything we do at Inglês Nu E Cru to some other organization or cause that we believe in.
Yeah, one day we'll be able to do that.
What kind of thing would you want to give to?
Maybe to help the world to leave the animals and make more cruelty-free products.
Yeah. 10% of all sales at Inglês Nu E Cru go to Alexia's dog fund.
Not dog fund. All the animals, monkeys, rabbits, all of those are used to have animal testing.
Yeah, coming soon to a podcast near you, Inglês Nu E Cru Rádio, Verde. Every episode that you listen to, Alexia gets a new dog and a monkey that we get to take care of and play with.
Okay, so about the points that we are supposed to talk on this episode and about what we just talked about, I think that this has to be a lot with the great brands are generous in supporting projects relevant to them.
Exactly. That was my point. I'm sorry for getting a little off topic, but one of the points in the book, What Great Brands Do, is great brands are generous in supporting projects that are relevant to them. So I was kind of struggling with this because we do some stuff like whenever there's a cool new podcast, we always talk about it a lot on the show, even to like a ridiculous, almost creepy way in regards to Chris Gethard. And whenever our students are trying to, find work online, or some of our students are working on becoming English teachers, we really, really take our time to try to help them in supporting them in those ventures. But I don't know. What are your thoughts, Alexia?
I think that we should do what we can reach, right? Like we can't donate money nowadays to support any of the things that we would love to do, but we can support our people that we believe and trust their business, right? So, for example, our student Stella with La Firma,
Yeah.
her
Hey,
new
Stella.
company with her husband or boyfriend.
Yeah.
I don't know exactly. But La Firma is awesome. And we talked about it. I said a lot on Instagram about it. So you guys can always look for La Firma on Instagram. And we support the way that we can.
Yeah. I just had an idea, Alexia. Do you want to hear it?
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about if any listeners of our show have a business or a cause that they really want to promote and support, and they are willing to speak live in English to me, that we'll have them on Inglês Nu E Cru Rádio. We will spread your message all across Brazil if it's something we believe in. We are not going to kill any dolphins or anything like that if that is your business. But if you have something cool and you want to spread the word, hit us up. Send Alexia a DM.
No. Send an email, please.
Send Alexia an email, no DMs.
Suporte@inglesnuecru.com.
Exactly. So, I think that's it, Alexia. This episode went a little bit off the rails. Probably my fault. But I think it would be cool if we had some of our listeners tell us about their things that they're passionate about, projects that they're working on, initiatives that they're interested in, and how we can help them. Because great brands are generous and kind, and Inglês Nu E Cru is.
And networking is everything nowadays.
Ooh, I hate networking in the traditional sense, but we can do it in a fun way, like we're trying to do now.
Okay, so I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Okay, Inglês Nu E Cru Verde is out. We will see you tomorrow.